Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
We got to step it up. 58's the mark. 58's the mark. Rip left. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58. Well, it's just me and you.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Got Gordon open, completes it. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
58 for Mike, 58 for Mike. I got one. Hey, 58's the Mike. Go, 58's the Mike. Let's go. 58's the Mike.
Now Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
To try again after the sack, Wilson. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
This one's incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
And an alley to run. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. 25, check 25.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. So we get slap happy up here sometimes. 25 yards that time.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Ready. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. And we got to get to the ball. Get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Bang, 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 bang. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Ship. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Big ass, big ass, big ass.
Now they'll run. Murray. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. So stuff from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal.
Strip that ball. Strip that ball. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Check 31, check 31.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to get this out to Marshawn Lynch. And some space here. It's a foot race. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7.
Go. Alert.
Play action. It's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. From the 2 now, second and goal. Here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They come out here in the I. Now from back at the 5. This is third and goal. Here is Lynch on third and goal. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now fourth and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. Russell Wilson in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 13-7. This is fielded a couple yards deep. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Second and 7, Murray. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Check nickel.
To throw on third down, Murray. And able to find Kirk complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. Well, that's a familiar connection right there. Christian Kirk was in the same class as Kyler Murray at Texas A&M. They played together as freshmen before Murray transferred. Kirk, though, he stayed in College Station, had a great 3-year career before being drafted 47th overall in 2018. Was having a solid rookie campaign last year, but then broke his foot in Week 13 and was shut down the rest of the way.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. 54. 54. 64.
On first down, Drake, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Open man is Kirk, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Christian Kirk. It's a gain of 8. Brings up third and inches.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Now Drake, and he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Rush in. Watch twist. Watch twist. Motion.
Now on first down, Drake again. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here.
Switch. 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Matthews, the intended target. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Tackle made by Tanner Vallejo. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Check it out, Sponge. No.
On 3rd down, they go Lynch. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
At the 21-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Right there, 54, right there.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Johnson's got it complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Murray now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12. He wasn't ready. 32-yard line.
On set. Rock 57. Man, I got you. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Watch the backer. 57.
On 2nd and 12, Murray. And this one caught by Max Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Murray now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch. Big dash. Come.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Don't be scared. Check. Fresno. Hey, alert 3. Check.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
10. 58, boys. 58. 58 to Mike. We don't want this. Jam. He's crashing. He's one left.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check 24. Undercrush. Watch out.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And here's Wilson operating from the gun. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. 1st down Seahawks.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
Check.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
58, right there. Time to go, night.
On second down and 4. Wilson flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Wilson. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. They'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here's Wilson to throw. Dancing to his left. Now, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. Myers connects on the PAT, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd and 9, Murray. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Ezekiel Ansah, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. A big spot now for the rookie Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory, and I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now this time, Murray to throw it. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Fletcher Cox in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. To throw is Murray. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
14.
They run again on 1st down. Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Right there. All day, baby.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
You see me out here? That's right. We take it stop.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases.
Big stop. Let's go.
Back to throw. Hooking up here with Trent Taylor. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. Murray, one final try. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Seahawks, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Mm-hmm.